Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bringing another moon. Oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep into night, and then 4 nights will quickly dream away the sun. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, will behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Turn melancholy forth to funeral. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Fair Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy heart, doing thee injury. But I shall wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What news with thee?
Full of vexation, come I with complaint against my daughter. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with her. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, singing beaming voices, verses of feigning love, and hast stolen the impression of a fantasy with thy bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, consets, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either with this gentleman or to her death, according to the law provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? To you your father should be like a god. Demetrius is a fine gentleman. So is Lysander. In himself, but in your father's wanting, the other shall be the more worthier. Would my father looked but with my eyes. Rather with your eyes, with his judgment look. I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I do beseech you that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius, either to die the death or abjure forever in a society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know your youth, examine your blood. So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I give my virgin patent up into his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty. Take time to pause. By the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience against your father, or wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar protest, for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy grace out to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all that is mine I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes in every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved by beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Neater's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I confess I have heard something of the kind. My mind did lose it, but Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus. You will come with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For now, fair Hermia, look to arm yourself, to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we can extenuate, to die or to live a single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer have we?
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why are your cheeks so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain. which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, or could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true lovers never did run smooth, but by difference in blood,
Cross, too high to be enthralled too low.
or misgraft in respect of years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged too young.
or it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to find love by another's eyes.
or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as a dream, brief as the lightning in the collied sky, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things do come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross. As due to loves as thoughts and dreams and sights, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion, therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only child. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which kindles souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in the number more than ever woman spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep your promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet melody more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green and hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so yours I would catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, there should I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown on him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers would such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and I shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, Athens seemed like a paradise to me. Oh, then when the graces of my love did dwell, he hath turned this heaven into a hell.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold, tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with the liquid pearl the bladed grass, the time where lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thee for us, and good luck grant thee, Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight, from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Adieu, Helena. As you on him, Demetrius stowed on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so, and he will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring of his qualities, things base and vile love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. Therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed on oaths that he were only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and the showers of oaths did melt. I will tell Demetrius of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the woods tomorrow night will he pursue her. For this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here in me nigh to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name thought fit through all of Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess upon his wedding day at night.
First, good, Peter Quince. Say what the play treats on, then name your actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Oh, very good piece of work, I assure you, and a Mary. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom the Weaver,
Ready! Name what part I'm for and proceed.
you shall take upon you Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
This will take some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. Oh, I could play Heracles rarely, or a part 2 split in a cat to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar to make and mar the foolish fates. That was lofty. Now, to the rest. Yes, that was Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover would be more condoling.
Francis Flute, you shall take upon you Thisbe,
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall wear a mask, and you may be able to speak as small as you will.
And let me hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe.
Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear. No. You must play Pyramus. And Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor?
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father, and myself, Thisbe's father. Snout the joiner, the lion's part. And I hope a play well fitted here.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray be, for I am slow of learning.
You must do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Well, let me play the lion too. I will roar, that it will do any man's heart good to hear me. Roar! I will roar, that the Duke will say, let him roar again, let him roar again!
And you do it too terribly that you would frighten the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I will grant you, friends. If you should fight the ladies, that were enough dissertation to have us hanged. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar as toward any nightingale. Roar. No, you can play no parts but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man. One would see on a summer's day, a most lovely, most gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
All right. I will undertake it.
Now, what beard work best to play it in? Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrained beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and therefore you play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts, and I entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace woods, a mile without town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we rehearsed in the city, we'd be dogged with company. In the meantime, I will draw up a list of properties our play wants. I pray you, do not fail me. There we will meet and rehearse most obscenely and courageously. At the Duke's Oak we meet. Enough. Hold, or cut those strings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's spear, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her eyes upon the greer. Her cowslips tall, her pensioners be. In their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors. In their freckles lie the savors. I must go search some dewdrops here, and lay a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Here. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, all be gone. Here come our queen and all the elves anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and mad, because that she's her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. The jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forests wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet near grove nor green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape or am making quite, or you're that shrewd and knavish sprite, Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the quern, that make the bootless, breathless housewife turn, and sometimes bring the drink to bear no barn, and mislead night wanderers and laugh at their harm? Some call you hobgoblin or sweet puck. You do their bidding and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And then The whole choir holds their hips and laughs and waxen in their mirth and sneeze and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And my mistress, were that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here come from the farthest steppe of India? But that bouncing Amazon, thy buskined mistress, thy warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Paragona, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aegles break his faith, with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since middle summer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by the paved fountain, rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling over the land, hath made every pelting river so proud that they hath overborne their continents. The ox, therefore, has stretched his yoke in vain. The ploughman lost his sweat. The green corn hath rotted ere the youth attained a beard. The quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the goddess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound, and so thorough this distemperature we see the seasons alter. The hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on an old hime's thin and icy crown, a odorous capulet of summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, as in their increase, now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of these evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but ask a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, and watched the wanderers by their flood. When we laugh to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied by the wanton wind, which she, her womb then rich with my sweet boy, imitated, and would sail across the land to bring me trifles, and would return as in a voyage rich with treasures. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. Now, if you'll see to our dancing in the round and moonlight revelries, come with us. If not, shun me and I shall spare thee haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
not for thy fairy kingdom.
Fairies, away. You shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Gentle Robin, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this herb, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eye. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it on lion or bear, wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I can take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue thee not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldest me of their stealth into this wood, and I woe within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant? Yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entreat you, or do I speak you fair, or rather in the plainest truth, do I tell you, I do not nor cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, the more I'll fawn on you. Treat me but as you would treat your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, lose me, neglect me. Only give me leave, as unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse place is there to beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not the hatred of my spirit, for I'm sick when I look upon thee.
And I'm sick when I look not on thee.
You impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hand of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of the night and the ill consent of a desert place.
Your virtue is my privilege, for it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. How can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee, and hide from thee in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beast.
Wild beast hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed after the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions, let me go. Or if you follow, do not believe, but I will do mischief in this wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, in the field you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We are to be wooed, we were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Nymph, ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye.
Welcome, wanderer.
There it is.
I pray thee give it me. I know a bank whereon the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in those flowers with dances and delight. There, the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it. Seek through this grove and find a sweet Athenian lady that is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the next cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so. Come now. A roundel in a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute, hence. Some to kill cankers on the musk rose buds. Some to war with the rever mice for their leathern wings to make coats for my small elves. And some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
Spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs may not see. Missing line when still along, come not near our fairway king. Fill the mill with melody, sing it a sweet lullaby. Lola, lola, lullaby, lola, lola, lullaby. Never learn no spell or tongue. Come, my lovely lady, now. So good night with lullaby. Breathing spiders come not here, and still long-legged spinners. Needles black approach not near, warn nor sail to no offense. Fill them now with melody, sing them a sweet lullaby. Lulla, lulla, lullaby, lulla, lulla, lullaby. Never harm nor spell or charm, come my lovely lady now. So good night with lullaby.
Hence away! Now all is well. One alone stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat, or bear, or pard, or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgotten our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and we'll tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find me out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's own conference. I mean, that my heart is unto yours knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen. To that fair prayer say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here my bed. And sleep, give all his rest.
If half the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? The weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Now awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, do not hunt me thus.
Wilt thou darkling leave me?
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayers, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she has blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not from salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me do run away for fear. Therefore no wonder though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? Who is this? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Say not so. Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? What though? And yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of a man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now not ripe to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes a marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes where I o'erlook love's stories and love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve such scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I never did, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleeps thou there? And never mayest thou come Lysander near, for as surfeit as the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most by those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, my heresy, of all be hated, and the most of me, and all my powers address your love and your might to honor Helen,
And to be her knight.
Help me, my Lysander. Help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my chest. Ay me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at its cruel prey. Lysander, what removed? Lysander, Lord, what? Out of hearing gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I will perceive you all not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Are we all met? Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient spot for our rehearsal. This green plot perfect for our stage, and that hawthorn brake for our Tyrene house. And we will do it in action as we will do it for the Duke.
Peter Quince,
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our Lakin, a parlous fear. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and make the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. For the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
We will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion? I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to look to yourselves, to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is no fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and you ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half of his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, 'twere pity on my life. I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And here indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there are 2 hard problems. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber, for as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
Or calendar, look at the almanac. Find out moonshine. Where?
Yes, it doth shine.
Well then,
may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else, one must enter with a bush of thorn and a lantern, and says he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or another must present wall, and let him have some plaster and some loam and some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit, every mother's son, and rehearse your part. Pyramus, you begin. Once you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and everyone else according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, hold forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors.
Odor! Odor!
Odors. Savors sweet, and hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice! Stay but here a while, and by to thee I will appear.
The stranger Pyramus ne'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand that he goes but to see a noise he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue of color of red and rose and triumphant brier, most brisky juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man! You mustn't say that yet! That you answer to Pyramus! You say all your part at once, cue and all! Pyramus enter! You missed your cue? It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Pray, masters! Fly, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about round, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hog, a bear, sometimes a fire. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom. Bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. Well, I will not steer from this place. Do what they can. I shall walk up and down here, and I shall sing, so that they will hear I am not afraid. The ozelcock's of black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle's with his nose so true, and worn with little quill. The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the pacing cuckoo gray.
What angel wakes me from
whose full note doth many a mark, and dares not answer, nay! For indeed, who would set their wit to a such foolish bird? Who would give a bird the lie when he say, cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, perforce doth move me on the first view to say, nay, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks you should have little reason for that. But reason and lovers keep little company together nowadays. Too bad some good honest gentlemen can't make us friends. But I have a wit enough to get out of these woods. I have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state. And I do love thee. So go with me. And I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they will fetch you jewels from the deep, while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thee mortal grossness so that thou like an airy spirit must go. Peace blossom, fairy, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready.
And I.
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricocks and dewberries and purple grapes and green figs and mulberries. The honey bag steal from the humble bee, and for night tapers crop their waxed thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to see my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail. Hail.
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech you, good sir, your name?
Peas Blossom.
Pray you. Commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Concord, your father. Good Master Peas Blossom. I desire you of more acquaintance. Your name, sir?
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like Oxfeath hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. And I promise you, your kinsmen have made me cry ere now. I desire you of good acquaintance too, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait on him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, so weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked, then, what it was that next came in her eye, that she must now dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress, with the monster, is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented, in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or rusted pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. At his sight, away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet lashed the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he wakes, of force she must be eyed.
Stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should do thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon this whole earth may be born, and that the moon may through her center creep, and so displease her brother's noontides through the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murderer look, so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look, as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
And rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur. Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Durst thou looked upon him being awake, and thou hast killed him being asleep? Ah, good touch. Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it. For with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder touch.
You spin your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
The privilege to never see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so, see me no more whether he be dead or no.
There is no thawing her in this her swain. Here therefore for a while I shall remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure I will pay, for if some tinder I'll make some stay. Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
Go about the woods swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with signs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go, swifter than arrow from Tartar's foe.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one. This must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in the nativity all truth appears. How can these things seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, both light as tails.
I had no judgment when I swore to her.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her over.
Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Oh, goddess nymph, perfect, divine! To what my love shall I compare thine? Crystal is money, oh, how ripe and show. Those lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow, congealed white, high tore snow, fan with the east wind turns the crow when thou holdest up thy hands. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. To vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You two are rivals and love Hermia, now both rivals to mock Helena. What a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all good will, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena's to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep Hermia. I will have none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. To her my heart was a guest-wise sojourn, and now to Helen it is home returned, and there too remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the fate that thou dost not know, lest thy peril abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy tear.
Dark night, that from the eye its function takes, its ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impeer the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why, unkindly, didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more than engilds the night, than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive you have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you contrived, have you with them conspired? And will you render our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he like this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul and tender me, forsooth, affection? but by your setting on, by your consent. Would thou I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
How excellent!
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayer. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear, by that which I would lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou sayest so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, thou vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why hast thou grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love. O tawny Tartar, out. O loathed medicine, O hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust your word.
What should I do? Hit her, strike her, kill her dead? Though I hate her, I will not harm her.
What could you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, sweet love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. By night you loved me, yet by night you left me. Oh, why, you left me. The gods forbid. In earnest shall I say?
I, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain of nothing truer, and 'tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me. You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love, you have come in the night and stolen my love's heart from him.
Fine in faith. Have you no modesty? Have you no maiden shame? No touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. I perceive she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with Lysander. And are you so grown in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I? You painted maypole, speak. How low am I? Not so low that I cannot reach my nails into thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewdishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me! You may think because she is lower than myself that we can be a good match.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth into the wood. He followed you. For love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, while I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Then get thee gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she will not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Get gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. If ever so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right, if thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I will go with thee cheek by jowl.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I nor longer stand your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker to find a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence! Still thou mistakest. Or else committedst thy knaveries willfully?
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Do not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on. So far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far my glad it did so sport, as this their jangling I esteem as sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin, and cover thou anon with the drooping fog as black as Acheron. And lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush the herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might. When next they wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will take her eye from charmed view of the monster. All things shall be peace.
My fairy king, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in churchways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest days should look their shames upon. They willfully exile themselves from light, must for I consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning love, have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune, with fair blessed beam, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared through field and town. God them lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be straight with thee.
Meet me then, on plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the nations that thou lookst for wars and wilt not come?
Yea, art thou there?
He goes before me and still he dares on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I follow fast, but faster did he fly. And then fallen am I in a dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward! There couldst thou not.
By me, if thou darest, for well I wot thou once before me shifting in every place. Dare not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, no, thou mockest me. If ever I thy face by daylight see, no, go they thy way. But by daylight, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more, 2 of both kinds make up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled by the dew and torn by the briars. No further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I shall rest till the brink of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, let thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own, when thou wakest shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. Man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, good, Monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the back of a thistle. Oh, and good, Monsieur Cobweb, bring me the honey bag. Don't fetch yourself too much in the action, good Monsieur. And, good Monsieur, take care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Lend me your knife, good Monsieur Mustard Seed. Oh, pray you, leave the courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I must the barber, Monsieur. Methinks I am rather hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. My hair do but tickle me, must scratch.
What wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I've a reasonable good ear at music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather a handful or two of peas. But, pray you, let not your people disturb me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had in my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me. And now I have the boy, I will release this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, good Robin, take the head off this Athenian swain, that he waking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. Robin, take off this head. But first, I'll release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud o'er Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Rise, my Titania. Wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon. What visions I've seen. Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, ho! Music such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all prosperity. There shall the faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy King, attend Mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after midnight's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and on our flight tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed, and since we have the favorite of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple into the western valley. Go, dispatch, I say, find out the forester. Oh, we will, fair queen, up into the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hound and echo's conjunction. I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for beyond the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed to be one mutual cry. Never I heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder. My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so fluid, so sanded, with heads hung with ears that wipe away the morning dew, crooked kneed and dew-lapped like Thessian bulls. What they lack in pursuit, they make up with mouth like bells. Oh, each under each, a cry more tunable was never heard, or cheered with horn in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. What nymphs are these?
My lord, that is my daughter over there. And this is Lysander. This Demetrius is, and this is Helena, old Nita's Helena. I wonder what they're doing here.
No doubt they rose early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in solemnity. But Aegeus, isn't this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but a couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. What gentle discord is this, that hate should be so far from jealousy, to sleep with hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half asleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear I do not know how I came here. But as I think, for truly do I speak. And now, do I bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law...
Enough, enough, my lord, you've heard enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. Demetrius, they would have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent. Of my consent, that she shall be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth into this wood, and their purpose hither. Me and my fury followed them. Fair Helen and her fancy followed me. But I wot not by what power, but by some power. My love for Hermia has melted as the snow. It seems to me the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. Some virtue of my heart, the passion of mine eye, is only Helena. To her I was betrothed before I saw Hermia. But as in sickness, I did loathe this food. As in health, I do come to my natural taste. I do love it, long for it, nevermore will be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse I will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For by and by with us to the temple, these couples shall be eternally knit. And since the morning is something worn, our purposed hunting set aside, away with us to Athens 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things are small and undistinguishable, like a far-off mountain turned to cloud.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that we dream. We sleep. Is the Duke here and bid us follow?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
Why then we are awake, and let us follow him.
When my cue comes, call me. I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Peter Quince? Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker! Starveling! God's my life. Stolen hence and left me here asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what this dream was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. No man can say what. Methought I was, and methought I had. Man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eyes of man hath not heard, the ears of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, or his heart to report. What my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, 'cause it hath no bottom. I will sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you seen to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he comes not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have no man in all of Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he has simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
And the best person. And a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is a, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke has come from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords and ladies being made married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd have been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. If he had lost 6 a day during his life, he could not have scaped 6 a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, Bottom! Oh, most courageous day! Oh, happy hour!
Masters, I will disclose wonders. But ask me not what. For if I tell, I am no true Athenian. Oh, I will disclose all right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word from me. All I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings for your beards, new ribbons for your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, for the long and the short is, our play is preferred. Let this be have clean linen, and let he who plays the lion not pare his nails, for they must hang out for the lion's claws. Masters, eat not onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I have no doubt but to hear them say that is a sweet comedy. Now, go! Away! Go!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends.
But all the story of the night told over, and their minds transfigure so together, and witnesseth more than fancy's images, and grows to great constancy. But
howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers! Joy, gentle friends! Joy, days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now. What masks, what dances shall we have to while away the long hour of our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say now, what abridgment have we for this evening? What masks, what musics? What shall we beguile the lazy time?
There's a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your majesty will see first.
Okay. The battle of the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules. Okay. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian scenery in their rage. That is an old device and was played from Thebes when I came last to conquer. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late and deceased in beggary. That is some satire keen and critical, not sordid of a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
It is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. For in the whole play there's not one word apt, one player fitted, which makes it tedious. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself. Which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, brought tears to my eyes, though more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against her nuptial.
We will hear this play.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intents.
We will hear this play, for nothing can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and his duty of service perishing.
My gentle sweet, you shall she know such kind.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what porternity cannot do, noble respect takes it and might not merit.
So, please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Oh, come on.
So.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come in despite. We do not come as mighty to contest you our true intent is. All for your delight we are not here. That you should here repent you, the actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on recorder. Sound, but not in government.
Like a tangled chain, all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth makes all things known. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast is Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder. And through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine, for if you know, by moonshine did these lover have no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there where they woo. This grisly beast, which lion, hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet, youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely beseeched his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger did draw and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain, at large discourse, will here they'll all remain.
I wonder if the lion is to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did often whisper very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
My lord, it is the wittiest partition that ever I hear discourse.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night, with hue so black. Oh, night, which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, oh, night. Alack, alack, alack. I feel my truest Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, Wall, O sweet and lovely Wall, which stands between her father's ground and mine. O Wall, O sweet and lovely Wall, show me thy cheek to blink with mine eye. Thanks, courteous Wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked Wall, for whom I see no bliss, curse thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The Wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No. Indeed, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spire through the wall. You shall see. It will fall flat, right as I told you. Oh, here she comes.
O Wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my dear Pyramus and I. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knitted in thee.
I see your voice. I will to the chink, so I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, my dearest, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the three fates me kill.
Oh, kiss me through this vile wall.
I kiss the wall whole, not you at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tied to death, tied to life, I go straight away.
Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus Wall away doth go.
Now the mural is down between the two lovers.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best of this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if we imagination of men.
It must be your imagination then, not theirs.
Oh, if we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wild rage doth roar. Then know that I, as snug the joiner, a lion fall, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should, as lion, come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of a good conscience.
The very best at the beast that ever I saw, my lord.
Let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is in his crescent, and the horns are invisible within his circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present. I, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of them all. The man should be in the lanthorn. How else is it the man in the moon?
Oh, I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon, I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these things should be in the lanthorn, for all these things are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace.
And so the lion has vanished.
And here comes Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take in truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh, spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dreadful duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood. Approach, ye furies fell. Oh, come, you fates. Come, come, cut thread and thrum, quench, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? For lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Eyes confound, outsoared and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left pap where heart doth hop. Thus thy eye, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue
light! Moon, take thy flight! Die! 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 Die!
With the help of a surgeon, he might recover and prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine will leave and Thisbe will return and find her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Here comes Thisbe, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use such a long one on Pyramus. I hope she'll be brief.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love. What, dead, my dove? O Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Dead, quite dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These, my lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks, are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. O sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Let them give, since you have sure, with shears of thread of silk, tongue not a word. Come, trusty sword, and bathe my beers and bread. And farewell, my friends, thus this ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
And wall too.
No, I assure you. The wall is down that part of their fathers. Now, would it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burgomass between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, never excuse for when all the players are dead. There needs none to be blamed. Marry, if he that wit the play had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy, and so it is truly and very notably discharged. The iron ton of midnight hath tolled 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming moon.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. And the wasted boards do glow, whilst the screech owls, screeching loud, put the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night that the graves, all open wide, every one lets forth his sprite. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, in the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this howled house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
So shall all the couples three, ever true and loving be, and the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hairlip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field due consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
We shadows have offended. Think but this, and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme. No more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So good night, and to you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.